Turn to pick.
He had some small buffs. I'm looking at some of the recent patches, like 7.22e, his Curse of Avernus, debuff duration from 4 to 5, and the most recent patch, the F patch, base attack speed went from 115 to 120, and base armor from -2 to -1. This poor dude just wants some armor.
Well, Abaddon can be played as 3.
10
That's the
seconds
Okay.
remaining.
And that's maybe, and I guess particularly with the, you mentioned this item,
seconds
Bassi
remaining.
Ring. That's an item that gives you armor, and that's something Abaddon needs in lane, so perhaps going to lane with that Sage's Mask that you turn into a Bassi Ring going to be the way to play this hero. Because you imagine this is their 3-4 position, Abaddon Willow, like those are lane together, or?
Willow is looks like a 4.
It's Crit plays this hero so much. He's one of the best Willow players in
They
the
can
world.
still swap things around, put the Abaddon on 5. That's the beauty of these picks who can be played at multiple roles. And OG took some time.
A lot of time.
Yeah,
look at that reserve time. Holy crap.
They didn't think Juggernaut will survive. It's a
10
great hero
seconds remaining.
against the Dark Willow because you have a spin
5
out of
seconds remaining.
either Bramble or Cursed Crown. Also, you build into Mantis style, so a lot of ways to spell her stuff.
Naturally having some magic immunity. Way nicer to play against the Willow.
And they also need a melee hero that benefits from Emperor.
The other hero that everyone always talks about is the Lifestealer, who has the built-in
Evil
magic immunity, but
geniuses
Jug feels
turn
way
to
better with
bad.
Empower than Lifestealer. I think that's why OG's first two picking
so
it.
right now OG's thinking that it's a Abaddon position.
OG's turn to battle.
Elder Titan, and most of the teams are playing Elder Titan as position.
EG themselves banning out Oracle, looking at some of those save options as well as just supports. It's something that OG, unlike most teams, play in Jarex's hands, the 4 position. So, there you go. Instead, as far as support options, but Magnus, what are you thinking?
10
OG
seconds
does like the
remaining.
3-position mag. Seb, of course, playing in
5
TI Grand Finals
seconds
last year.
remaining.
People may remember the axe, but it was the Magnus in the Game 5 decider that clinched the win for OG.
There's a huge difference between Mag 4.
Evil
If you have
geniuses turn
another
to
core
bad.
who benefit power on the mid lane, position 4 Magnus just feel better because your job is to run around, stack camps, get a blink, dagger, timing that shared gold, and empower both of the cores. But if you're playing position 3, that means you're not going to be running around the map empowering your cores. You want to get the farm yourself. You want to get that Greaves or a
10 seconds
So if he's playing
remaining.
position 3, we're less likely to see like a mid laner that wants the empower as much. We
5
could just see a
seconds
typical
remaining.
Thompson, Vokers, Zeus, if you want to go back to that TI Grand Finals. So they may just settle for just the Jug as the empower. Magnus himself is like, I'll just empower myself and hit the jungle. Sans, OG ban out the Naga with the T. A Siren. Let's go. Very hard to kind of, early days TI groups, these teams go for so long without playing any officials. There's only scrims, which we don't have access to, the viewers don't have access to, and drafts change so much. It feels like you always come to TI with no understanding of what teams are going to be drafting. Like
some of the heroes are going to be strong as expected,
Sure.
like Shadow
Evil
Demon,
geniuses
Enchantress,
turn to
Alchemist.
Yeah, but like seeing a first 2 Abaddon, like no one's predicting that one.
I still feel like Winter Wyvern is a good pick. The only thing about for E, bit lack of silences. Decided to go for it.
OG's turn to pick.
It'll be Bane instead.
All right,
It's a save as well.
It's a save, and they needed some Pierce's Juggernaut spin so he can different side of the map split pushing.
Yeah, that it ticks a lot of the boxes there. The Blade Fury piercing disable as well as that. It's not the best of saves. Like Nightmare can be hit or miss as far as how it's used as
10
to save.
seconds.
Yeah, I was thinking about Winter Wyvern because you can stop his spin, and also Juggernaut
5
ulti is
seconds
not that
remaining.
effective again.
The Fly definitely playing the Bane as a 5 position. There's not really any other role that this Bane hero can fit into. And OG now looking most likely for some of their own supports. We don't quite know for sure whether Magnus is played as a 4 or a 3. No Tails hero is what you'd kind of typically expect to see come out here with.
If they open up,
Evil
if they pick
geniuses
position
turn
5, they're not
to
going to reveal it.
Jarek's played this last game, so we'll see where that's going to go. And
Stands
TZ
ready.
didn't waste time. They insta-picked Sven. They knew what they wanted, regardless of what OG took. Arteezy Sven, he's very... This is to me more Arteezy in his comfort zone. Seeing him on the gyrocopter, you know, go back several years, he played a lot of gyro, but these days, heroes like Sven, where you get 2 or 3 items and then you come online, that's more the kind of Arteezy style of playing Dota.
Yeah, there's a difference between
5
Gyro
seconds
Sven
remaining.
usually just wants to join fights
Evil
when
geniuses
ulti is
turn
up,
to
farm up,
battle.
as I said, 3-4 items. And I was wondering where this little green Skelly is, and here he is. I mean, Pugna is just gonna cripple Sven.
It's so good.
Also, Dark Willow, her spells are really costly.
I mean, this is a scary looking OG draft. Not to say there's anything wrong with
10
EGs. You look at
seconds
EGs and
remaining.
like Sven Bane, like this, they've got answers to the Jug with the Bane.
5
They've put a strong
seconds
lane with this
remaining.
Dark Willow Abaddon. At least we think they do. We'll have to see just how that fares. So, Pugna in action. This has always been one of Thompson's heroes, typically as well. There's a chance we see some kind of like a Pugna Magnus 3-4, but I would lean much more towards Pugna being the mid here.
Yeah, it looks like it's Pugna. They can still swap things around. A lot of sustain with Pugna's life drain and
turn to ban.
Jug's healing ward.
Yep. And they banned Invoker, so they're actually considering... Well, I was going to say considering Pugna being a 3 position and then a mid hero, but OG ran 4 position Invoker. They had Jerex played as a support, and that's not the only support Invoker we've seen. There's been a couple.
Team Secret also plays.
Yes, yep, sorry. For this Buzz, Wex,
seconds
Cold
remaining.
Snap, 4 position Invoker. Very pesky.
5 seconds remaining.
And that would have actually fit quite nicely behind the
OG's
Magnus.
turn to pick.
Band looking at... Kanka's look really good this turn.
For sure. Kanka is the hero that you get 2 bracers, you become so tanky, and once you hit level 6, they need to bring 2, sometimes even 3 heroes if they want to kill you. Otherwise, you're not dying. The magical resistance from 2 bracers and the
10
HP
seconds
plus a
remaining.
rum.
You're super tanky, none of your spells cost that much mana, so
5
playing Kanka into
seconds
Pugna,
remaining.
you feel good about it, and you have multiple ways to cancel his
Yeah,
life drain.
even if you get stomped, let's say,
Evil geniuses.
between
turn
2nd and
to pick.
4th minute, you can always just X-mark yourself, TP back, play around the shrines if it's needed. You have enough sustain.
Go. This guy always makes his way back in TI, disappear throughout the year. Not that he has disappeared throughout the year, but for one of the iconic TI heroes. Most likely
30
Jarek's
seconds
playing
remaining.
it. G thinking it is the absolutely
5
perfect pick
seconds
for this game.
remaining.
So they need a mid hero. It looks like it's definitely Pugna mid. They know
Yep.
the matchup.
Are you looking for a lane counter, or just want something that fits your...
Pug could be a good
Spirit.
Choose
pickup,
your hero.
or this. Yeah, something elusive, because they don't have a lot of lockdown. There's an Earthshaker, yes, but he needs to commit hard to act.
Okay. So we'll see Sumail playing Ember Spirit, one of the more prominently picked heroes of this tournament. The flexibility between Ember being a mid laner as well as a safe laner, part of that, but also just a all-around strong hero that comes online nice and early with this max sleight of fist that you can just spam. The constant damage just adds up throughout a team fight. For a G, Shaker Magnus is not really the scariest of dual lanes. If anything, you're just maybe looking at Shaker like what, pulling waves or messing with the creep equilibrium using Fissure. Doesn't really feel like that dual lane that's going to actually be able
Yeah,
to...
there's not going to be too much kill potential on that lane, unless they get a good block and
5
then maybe
seconds
skewer
remaining.
under the tower. But as you mentioned, they'll probably try to drag the creeps under their tower, just farm up and focus on the top lane. There's a lot of kill potential since you can use the Ink Swell on Magic Immune units now, so
Yep.
Spin plus Swell, pretty deadly.
Yeah, probably would be a big part why they wanted it. Because it is going to be a 5 position on 4 that we saw last game. But you got to imagine this game, Arteezy sees this lane, he's probably thinking, I'm free farming. You're playing Sven into a Shaker Magnus lane, there is nothing they can do to contest your farm. It's probably looking a happy farmer this game, and you can have Fly, you know, this is one of those 5 positions that loves to stack the jungle camps as well, so Should be a good game. I feel like EG, to me, have a better, more well-rounded draft. That's more in their comfort zone. It's not just about, you know, how their drafts match up against their opponents, but this feels much more like an EG style of draft.
I have a theory. Like, if a Baron can get Aghanim Scepter here, you shoot coils in the 1600 range. You get Ags.
Okay.
So you just need to be around the RP, and I don't think anyone's gonna die if it comes to that one point where you can get the Ags. There's always a better item choice, especially for the start, but we'll see how this game goes.
All right, well, here we go. It is game 2 of OG versus EG. Teams looking to
Prepare for battle.
find themselves in the winner bracket. That's always the key thing with TI groups, you know. Winning the group is nice. If you're one of those teams that can pick your opponent and you win that first round of the winner bracket, that's suddenly you find yourself in the top 6. But starting lower bracket in best of ones is like the worst case scenario for any team. But actually, worst case scenario. We don't talk about that. But I mean, these are two teams you wouldn't expect to see eliminated from the groups.
Definitely not, but EG right now is in a really tough spot. They won 1 out of 5 games.
Yeah. So they need some wins. Plenty of Dota left to be played. You play, what, 16 games total, right? You play against 8 other opponents, 2 games? Yeah, you play 16 games total. So they've still got 11 games left. 4-day groups. It's a marathon. This isn't a sprint. You can have a bad day 1, and you're still fine. Tower shot casually. Has a crown starting item. Thompson going all in on the early game stats, looking to rush that Veil, of course.
That's an interesting build.
Normally, yeah, Null Talisman, of course, yeah. But he's just going to get a faster Veil, slightly less damage, but you can use Nether Blast for the last hits. What's Seb going to do? Is he going to level up the Skewer to secure this rune?
The battle begins.
Seb, can we get it? The stun is there, and he's going to lose that bounty rune. Wow.
It's going to be
Team 2. It was 3 for 1. S4 stole one. Ran in, it looks like, and grabbed the enemy ones.
Wow, I don't think EG knows how to count to 3, but they got 3 runes.
Winning to be above
EG, they know exactly. 3 is their number.
Spicy.
It's Valve who don't have 3.
Dark Willow. Also starts with Sage Mask.
Bassi. So it won't be the Abaddon who gets the Bassi, but be on the Dark Willow. So as we come to expect, a lot of the off-lane dual lanes with Bassi Ring, Willow with the Abaddon. They've got the Aphotic Shield early. One way play against this lane, perhaps, is they're just going to have such great defensive capabilities with the Aphotic Shield, and you've got the Shadow Realm on the Dark Willow. Willow who then manages to block that pull camp. No-Tail coming in with the Stroke of Fate, trading hits here, looking to push Crit out of this lane. And he's got a vision support here. They could find themselves with an early first blood if they get a couple more right clicks and a Stroke of Fate. One more right click with a Stroke of Fate. He may not even need it. He does need it because there's an Aphotic Shield, and that's going to Crit's life, as Anna also helps to zone out forward some extra right clicks, so they don't get the kill. S4 came in just in time.
And Juggernaut has Crit level 1 instead of a spin. Okay. Because he's just trading hits against the melee hero.
This is something, yeah, we see sometimes in these melee versus melee matchups where the Crit as single target damage is better than the spin. Level 1, you don't necessarily go for the kill. You don't even have any points in the Inkswell yet, so Anna just wants that 20% crit chance. Rambles. Just trying some of the last hits and cure this lane a bit, but here comes Jerax with these crits. If he gets in, he blocks his foot, doesn't hit him with the stun, but he's complete around, and now he levels up the spin. He outlooks his kill, but Jerax is very low. The Stroke of Fate is there, and Anna should be getting it, but gets the kill just before No-Tail goes down. That's a shared bounty.
Nice little step from Abaddon to not get stunned, but with that block, there's nothing he can do about it. Ember Spirit picked up a Haste Rune on the mid lane.
Scariest of things, perhaps, but see a full-on tri-lane from OG. Thompson, is he going to get killed here by Sumail? The decrypt is there. The Nether Blast, 1 or 2 more right clicks. Top has a Tango. He tried to go for the tree block. Oh, that would have been so good if it worked.
Ember Spirit had a Quelling Blade, so I don't think that would have mattered. And now Ember Spirit has enough money to buy a bottle after this creep.
Doesn't have to go for that suicide to tower play that you often see when these mid solo kills happen. Thompson tries to find the D ward mid, but guesses wrong, and Dire Ward is on the other side as bottom lane. They get another kill on S4. This tri lane finding a lot of action early on. Dire Vision. 2 Dire Wards around this mid lane. Really want to make sure Sumail doesn't get pressured too bad of a time early on.
Sumail flies out the courier to the side shop, to the secret shop to actually get a bottle faster. Meanwhile, on the top lane, it's Seb alone. A lot of kill potential from Bane and Sven. He can't really TP out.
He's having a good start until that death, though. He's got 9 CS. He's level 3.5, so despite the death there, it has been an okay lane considering it's a 1v2. Crep. Extra fissure damage as Thompson doesn't go for the Nether Blast. I think knowing that the Sleight of Fist can be used to dodge that Nether Blast. We're seeing it again here as bottom lane Ana actually goes down. Prince Dark Willow getting that kill.
They need to control the runes, both of the mids. Okay, actually, Thompson bought a helm instead of a bottle.
Really rushing his Veil. He's going to have it before he even hits level 6. So he's looking to set some records on fastest Veil timing, it seems. Mid? Uh-oh, he's in trouble. Just not the decrep to push Sumail back, but up to. This is probably jungle stacks. You know, you've got a Sven on your team. Sven doesn't really need too much help to free farm this lane anymore, but you don't want to fully Seb out of the lane. You definitely can't see Sven do that alone, but the priority may be more on just doing our TZ farm, and yeah, Fly's just like, alright.
I think Fly's just gonna stack some camps, go for the bounties. Seems like it's gonna be, again, 3 for EG.
That's exactly.
Bounty.
2, 3, yep. Fly got some stacks along the way. There was a Shaker Illusion rune you could have done some stacks with, but it looks like he was prioritized more on those bounty runes at the time. Hero back to the high ground, Save gets back to safety, and things settling down here in the lane stage, but EG 2k gold lead already. This laning stage has been very favorable for them with the kills they're getting, the farm they're securing. Sven, RTZ absolutely free farming, but they've got to be careful. Here comes Ana again in this bottom lane. He's got the X-Wall stunned, and 1 or 2 more right clicks might be enough, but the sun immediately dispelled off by the Aphotic Shield, with the Blade Fury allowing him to he's through the Shadow Realm, and the damage from the magic is enough. Ana gets the healing ward in the trees here, so he's healing up. He's completely trapped and surrounded. He's trying to turn and fly. The healing ward, not enough there, just level 1. And now No-Tail. He needs to be careful if
No-Tail is dead.
Yeah.
First Shaker doesn't have a Fissure. He does.
Followed up by a Fissure. They are looking to turn this one. No-Tail with the X-Wall stun. He's got 1 kill. He's getting a second. This healing ward is causing all kinds of problems. The stroke of fate as well. No-Tail with double kill.
Abaddon had the Aphotic Shield ready.
Oh, he just completely underestimated the damage as well as the ink swell. The stats
actually huge. No-Tail got 2 kills. Now he's sitting at 1,000 gold 6 minutes in.
So much for being a 5 position. He's going to immediately turn that gold just into wards and boots, but still, that healing ward so underrated as well. I don't even know if they realized the healing ward was there, because they killed Ana despite it doing some healing, but it came into play later on for those supports who managed to get the better of the EG aggression. 7 Ember Pugna, well 7 himself.
I mean, someone should post this on Reddit. Check the hero. Whose hero is this? If you just cut off the Pugna, yeah, branch and the whale, TI edition.
Yes, the Ember bar. You would not expect, yeah, I mean, this is just a new style of play and build coming out from Thompson.
Thompson was always a guy who was inventing things in Dota.
Yes.
Fortified.
He plays Dota his way, and that's something I think OG have always really liked with players they picked up. When they picked up Ana, it was something they said, it's like, this guy just plays Dota his way. He's not just looking to follow the meta, he's looking to kind of create the way heroes are played. And Thompson, he took that to the next level. His Invoker, the Meteor Hammer Invoker, probably the one that he's most well known for, kind of inventing. Here he is with a Naked Veil plus single branch. He's now turned that into some brown boots.
Now they should know something is up. Bane.
Radiant's
You'd expect towards
is under
somewhere. The
attack.
question is, will you find it on this hill?
They have a sentry on the hill, so they know it's not there.
down bottom. It looks like this is a lane that OG have kind of had to vacate a little bit.
Dire's middle tower
Really
is under attack.
much time contesting it.
Radiant structures
And it's just going to be falling back to the jungle, I imagine. Mid lane, top. He's been gone on here. He's got the life drain. He's trying to get the Willow, but Willow gets out of range for it, so he will end up going down to the Sleight of Fist. Nice attempt by Thompson to turn it around. Going for the life drain on a hero that was at such a long range meant that it could be easily broken.
Dire's middle tower has been denied.
Case Rune at
Radiant's
bottom.
bottom tower
If Ember
is under
Spirit gets
attack.
that, Bane is just
Dire's
guarding it.
top tower
He can
is
easily
under
gank the
attack.
side lane.
Uh-oh, no tail. This is not a lane you want to really be in at this point if you're OG, but that's why they send their 5 positions down there.
Yeah, that's gonna be a free tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
His job is just to try and defend this and keep it alive as long as
Radiant's
possible
bottom
using
tower
Stroke of
is
Fate,
under
but
attack.
EG understanding that, punish him and hold up tier 1 tower.
Radiant's
Ortiz
bottom tower.
with the last hit. That's almost his Midas complete. 9-minute Midas phase boost 1. Really good timing on his items. His top lane just found another kill.
RP used. I mean, it's 9-minute mark. You're gonna use it to get a single kill. Same goes for Enigma and the Black Hole. Whenever it's ready, if you can get something happen, you
Dire's
should do
top
it.
tower
No
is
tails
under
here. The
attack.
scan connected, so
Radiant's middle tower
Ortiz
is
is going to
under
be coming from
attack.
behind it. They're just going to go diving for this kill.
Dire's
Sleight of
top
Fist
tower
to
is
stop damage the Fissure. We'll catch them out of here. Remnant on forward. Ortiz got the stun, and this should be a dead no-tail. Goes for one last Stroke of Fate, but won't get a chance to throw it out before he dies.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
But he's out of
Oh, he jukes it. Mail with the read.
Dire's top tower
Sees the 2
is
pump
under
fakes
attack.
and jukes the
Radiant's
actual
middle
totem,
tower
but
is under attack.
Howard dropping and dropping fast. So it's up to him to come in and respond to this one. There is a fissure. S4 has got the level 6. He can level up the bar for time, and he's going to choose to do so. But he's been stunned up, and I think he may just die here if he's not careful. He does have the stun from Ortiz to help him out. Thompson is still looking to chase Nether Blast there, but there's no life drain, so
right drop. And the Bracer will keep him alive. He also has a flask in the back. Will himself fully. Boundary rune spawning.
all bounty rune. That was 4
bounties for
yeah.
EG.
Okay, and yeah, Anna was not able to get either of those top ones. It was both. Unlike last game, this time around it's EG with a much better laning stage. And it's not necessarily entirely off of aggression, although we have seen our team move around the map from top down to bottom to push to mid. But it's very much around also balancing out the aggression with farming. Easy with the Midas, the stacks as well in the jungle. They are playing nice and efficient Dota as well. Thompson, he's really deep here.
He's really dead.
Yeah.
Out of the position, trying to make too much happen. EG 4,000 net lead, 11 minutes in. But they have 2 supports who can't really shout out the waves. These are like 2 worst heroes.
Anna, TP's in. Wave Fury on to get himself out of a precarious position. And you know, OG's lineup, you're looking at empowering Jug, you're looking at defending with RP. They can. This is the kind of shot that will play from behind, and all it takes is one team fight to turn this game.
Exactly, but there's this uncontested Sven who has 10 Midas, level 9. It's going to be a really different game from what Ortiz had in game number 1.
This is not going to be the easy struggle that we had. Game 1, it was like he knew he had to fight as a gyrocopter, and the fights they were taking weren't working out for them. So he wasn't farming, he wasn't getting kills, but this time around, he's getting kills and he's farming creeps. He's 3-0-2 while having stacks to farm and taking over the jungle as well. Mel also 3-0-2 on his Ember Spirit. The G core duo having a fantastic start here.
You can see what kind of game OG is playing right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, they don't have a single observer ward.
They've gone in on No-Tail here with the grip hit. No-Tail's staying alive here. The RP comes just to cancel that grip, although it was about to wear off. Sumel's going to be a little bit careful. Gets caught by the X-Fall stun. Is he going to go for this kill? Has a Sleight of Fist. Cancels the salve. Sumel isn't going to commit for the kill. Dire loses Curry in mid. I believe Tower Shots just finished him off, and Sumel has Remnants here. What's he up to? Plenty of mana just to Remnant away, and I don't think they're going to be able to get this kill. Sleight of Fist, Remnant away. Courier kill. No hero kills.
So Arteezy, it's a full Echo Saber. Actually missing Golgar Axe.
But he's gonna have to.
Or it could be a full Echo Saber.
Is under attack.
Because he might just queued up Golgar Axe for a BKB.
Or skew it back towards his mid-tower. He should be able to maybe bring him down when this borrowed time ends, but I don't think they want to hard commit for this. Well, they are throwing Dukes here. They still want this S4 kill. I just got him with the Blade Fury, but they've got the kill. They're going to be forced to back off. Omni Slash still available, but if you can commit that Omni Slash aggressively, you're probably dying. I'm unsure if you even get the kill.
Probability of winning to be above 99%.
Tail's confident. I don't know if friend Dota Plus agrees.
Radiant
It says
are
39%. Dota Plus thinking
They
a bit
need
more
only
EG
60%
favor.
more, huh?
No Tail's like, I did the math.
OG does not want to take a fight right now. They want to finish the item. They want any item on Seb. He's going for Pipe. And the Earthshaker needs 1,000 gold to finish off his Blink Dagger. Right now they're in a really spot where they just want to farm. With the Empower on Jug, get a couple of items.
Yeah, just going from neutrals to neutrals. Once you get that at least Manta style as a defensive tool for EG. You know, you can match this farm. If anything, you can kind of outpace it with the Sven Midas. Although the Echo Saber being removed also does make that harder. And Thompson again finds a kill on crit here in the mid lane. This early Veil with the damage jam
Dire's top tower is under attack.
causing a lot of problems. Bold move into this enemy jungle, just trying to scout out some of these stacks to see what's going on. Sven's turning this on with the stun though. They've got any follow-up lockdown. Doesn't look like the Bane not quite through. At least right now, Jerk's charging on forward, has the turn. They're trying to bait out this more of time. Echo Slam comes in, doesn't do a whole lot of damage, barely clips Arteezy, and S4 borrowed times it off here as Arteezy does pop the God Streak. He's going to look to go to find the Scuba is there, followed by Napi with the Fear. It stops the Omni Slash, that saves their lives here. They could still look to turn this one around. Anna goes with the Healing Ward, but without the Omni Slash on the RP, Crit saves the day. The Healing Ward gets sniped as well by Sumail. He does manage to dodge the stun from the Stormbolt here as Anna goes charging forward here. The Blade Fury damage should be enough for the Omni Slash to fall. He doesn't even need the Omni Slash. He finds it now, he gets the double kill. Anna playing this fight so incredibly well in the back line. It's been Nightmare up though. Sumail's chase and kill. Looks like Anna's going to be back to safety as Sumail. Yeah, he's going to slide a fist down the Pugna. Sumail on a mega kill streak.
Sumail can do whatever he wants in this fight because he has a Baron behind him to back him up with the Aphotic
Radiant
Shield and
structures are
nice grip
fortified.
from the Bane, but from the high ground. But this is not the target that you want to go for.
It was OG coming out on top of that fight in terms of gold though, even though it was 3 for 2.
Once Mag uses the RP, you do not want to focus him after that.
It was such a good fear coming out from Dark Willow. If not for that, Anna had an Omni Slash, or even just right clicks on top of the RP. That would have been such a good team fight for OG. And so, Anna's very happy with the outcome. He got 2 big kills in that fight. Sven and Abaddon. He killed 2 cores. That's why OG got so much gold out of it, despite it being a 2 for 3 trade, numbers favoring EG as far as the kills, total kills go.
Anna has a Diffusal Blade right now, so that's going to help him out to have the extra slow, extra kill potential on whoever. Crit. As Yule Scepter, this Dark Willow will be really hard to kill, especially with a Baron on the team.
They have got several nukes that can go through the Shadow Realm. I mean, they have a lot of nukes. I mean, every hero has spells that go through it, in fact. Blade Fury, Stroke of Fissures, Shockwaves, Nether Blast. But it's still a Willow. It's still a very pesky enemy. Vlad's picked up by S4, so it's going to be just seeing all those teamfight items coming up to the offliners. There's S4's Abaddon and even the Mags, the Hood completed, looking for that fast pipe. And down bottom, Seb would be in trouble here. Yeah. Jules into Bramble. Pop the God String. Instantly the tip come into play.
Yeah, I don't think they needed the God's Strength, but still. They're just going to pressure the bottom tower a little bit. These two supports from EG, they're not good at killing creeps, but they're really good at killing every single time the ulti is up at a Fiend's Grip, or when you have a Bedlam.
Radiant's
Now he has a
bottom
pretty easy
tower is
setup
under
with
attack.
Curse Crown into Yule Scepter.
EG want this tier 1 mid tower, but they lost their creep wave. Instead, we may just see them. Yeah, he knows there's a ward there. The tower hit should not have reached him, so the ward gets revealed, but it also expires, so EG will not find any D-ward money for themselves. Tier 1 mid tower claim, so both teams lose their tier 1 mid. Such a crucial tower and objective to be looking for.
Oh, not damage, Jug, Smoke.
Right into Roshan they go. Do know this. There's I think those are radiant things coming out. I don't believe EG actually.
They don't know what's happening.
Yeah. There's such good radiant vision, and Seb's positioned on the outside of the pit. He wants to be able to, scout here over
Now
the
we know.
side. Yeah.
But it's gonna be too late.
Tops in.
Fear.
Himself out. They need to get that fear in too soon. I believe that it could be a little bit too late here. Can Crit get in on time? He's got a Blade Fury as well if he needs to use it. Anna's trying to get a little stronger. It's going to be a remnant into the pit. He comes in too late. Anna's already got it. Anna picked up the Aegis, swallows the Roshan kill. And OG want to take the kill. And now they've got an Aegis. They pick up the Dark Will inside the fight. Arteezy comes in the backline, goes on the Pugna, but the problem is he's got no solution for the decrypt. There's no BKB. He's been up now as well. The RP catches that couple here. Anna forward, he's still got Omni Slap, but he doesn't want to commit on too much, but he does once he's burned his mana. He knows there was no fire running out. He burned his mana with the Diffusal Blade. He's killed off S4 now in trouble. No borrowed time available. They're killing him one by one. Jarek tips S4. I think they know this Swede has no escape to the Diffusal Blade slope. S4 is going to be the fourth casualty. Arteezy got RP. He does survive, but that's because OG were focusing on the rest of the kills.
It's a really risky play, but I think Dark Willow should have gone for Terrorize inside the Roche pit after that. Tried to use the Brown to get some vision, but also Mail went in with the Remnants to get a Roche kill, maybe even get the Aegis, but Anna still has the Aegis. Now they're gonna pick up 4 bounties. Jarex has a Blink Dagger and an ulti. They can still take this fight.
Yeah, it's like there's bounties that spawn, and I think part of them is like, oh, we're gonna fall back in bounty runs, but then they're also like, wait, we're really strong right now. Let's take a fight, maybe. The Blink Dagger position on the high ground stops Fly from entering his own jungle, but it does look like, yeah, they're gonna reset. They're gonna fall back and take some bounty runs.
They should try and take another fight while they're still weak.
Under attack.
Or they can wait for Mag's RP, and the Pipe, he just needs to use the courier. 40 seconds until next RP. Do they have another smoke? They do. And also Grimstroke hit the ult a couple of minutes ago, so he's good to play this game. I feel like the supports with GPM
Radiant's
talents
bottom tower is under attack.
are probably the strongest ones. Ogre,
Dire's
Wyvern,
top tower is
Grimstroke.
under attack.
Grimstroke's happy camper with his GPM talent.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Anna, they contested tier 2 top. Sven doing what he can mid. He's got the Blink Dagger, so not the easiest tier to go find. Arteezy, it feels like the same problem as last game. A very different game overall, but it's this BKB timing of his that just comes a little bit too late. He needed it like for that fight there in order to take a team fight.
Either that or a Bat needs to take
Tower is under
Again,
attack.
can't really defend. He's gone in on the backlines here. He's looking for the Pugna. Can't finish him off. Tops it. He's got it. To help him out. He's got the ward on the high ground as well as the life drain. He's got the double life drain as well with the soul bite. He's healed so much because of this. S4's borrowed time comes up, but back to full health. And they've lost the Shaker though, but OG still want to take this fight with the Aegis in hand. Fortunate for them, EG repositioned on the high ground. The two-man starts moving in with the Stormhammer, and Cheesy's absolutely deleted 70. Could be in trouble but there's no and the Omni is there, crafting around. He's not actually going to get the bounce into the 3 heroes. He goes for the Blade Fury TP instead.
They're
That
still
Omni
chasing. Do they have it? Yes. There's the Yule Scepter.
Ultra kill for Arteezy. Well, you mentioned he needs Abaddon to take care of him. Arteezy just says, I'll take care of myself. He hits multiple hero stuns with his Stormhammer, catches out the backlines. Really well played team fight by Arteezy.
Yeah, OG positioning in this particular fight was not that good. So Jarex got caught before he could get the
Radiant's middle tower
an
is
echo
under
off.
attack.
The Jug only did 500 damage. That slash, it was a Abaddon that was, I think, or something. He just did no damage there. And the other two heroes that were nearby were just ever so slightly out of range, so he didn't actually bounce them with the Omni Slash. Not the fight OG been hoping for.
This is exactly what they needed. EG that take from OG. Also, there was a really good feeder on top of it. It was a 3 or 4 man feeder.
Radiant's bottom tower
The
is
fight
under
where we
attack.
didn't see the high impact ultis of OG. There was, you know, the
No
RP,
RP, yeah.
the echoes. Jerix was the first to die. Seb never found an RP. Doesn't have Blink Dagger in. It feels like those are tools that they need to find a way to have them come into play in these team fights. As much as it looked good, like Thompson with double lifetime and with the Soulbind, healing himself back up to full. Like, Arteezy's initiation didn't really succeed. It doesn't amount to much when you still can't find an echo or an RP.
G can still take this fight, for sure. They just need to position themselves properly. It feels like it's going to be a smoke. Put a sentry ward. The lanes, bottom lane is not pushed. Up and middle lane is in a decent spot. But there's a counter smoke from EG.
Lead away with that BKB now. But this next fight's with BKB, and that's even harder. Gotta protect their Magnus or Shaker needs to get off a good ultimate. Ideally both. Oh, they say that ward get planted, I want to say. And yeah, they know exactly where they are. Ana just goes charging in forward, gets the slow from the defusal. Hibbit. Call.
If someone asks you what inhibit is, would you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a item connoisseur when it comes to Dota. Active barrier, that's... But yeah, Hibbit's one of those really random ones. Veil called. Magic weakness. That. I just thought you just veil someone, but apparently you use magic weakness on them.
The rune of invisibility. Bounty.
Smoke is not actually smoke, it's disguise.
Wow. You should stop, guys. I'm feeling really stupid right now.
I didn't know this. I was feeling... I read these, I'm like, what? I just thought the active was called smoke. BKB's active called Avatar? Dude, did you know it's called Avatar? I feel like this has just changed, right? Surely it wasn't... This hasn't always been Avatar.
Soul Ring active called Sacrifice.
Okay.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, smoking. Leads the way. Flies. Instantly deleted. As Arteezy jumps in the backlines, he gets a 2-man stab of the RP, and then just to come around the opposite side, it's gonna Thorn through doing some good damage here. We're looking for the backlines. We'll catch up. Hubble catches out Ana at Donkey Slash whereas off, but Arteezy is so incredibly low, looking for a out of him. Or even a blink back in. Thompson, he getting killed off by Arteezy Stormhammer. Jug. Looking for gun down crit here. Ana needs a couple more right clicks, but he's being gripped up now. Skewer is there, cancels the feed script. Nicely by Magnus, keeping him alive. And that's going to force up the Remnant to escape here. Seb charging on forward. They should be able to at least finish Bane here. And Jeff knows that's dead Bane. He's looking for more. He blinks past, but there's no fresh targets to go for.
I think EG's fine with that. Even though Bane died back there, they still forced the buyback out of Pug. Okay. And I love what Ana did there. He instantly uses Omni Slash on Sven, so he can't take the fight. Even though he popped the God Strength, he was on half HP. Can't really come back, especially if Baron is not healing him.
They're still going.
Dire's mid
Try and push this one. They pull back the Pugna, but they feel
fallen.
confident. And on the front line is just so tanky with this Scotty Manta style. Just getting a tier 3 tower will allow them to take some shreds as well. And the blade Fury doing what damage he can with the Nether Blast. Actually look to commit onto Arteezy, who doesn't have God Strength still, so some good damage being fought here with the Siege Creep and the Nether Blast. This tower's down to 260 health. Anon wants back in, he wants to finish this one up, but he didn't succeed.
Has
Healing
fallen.
Ward is ready.
Don't have to pressure force it and go for the rack, say OG. Back off and go for these shrines. Prioritizing that top shrine. The one's near Roshan.
And Roche will
Dire's
spawn in
top
30
shrine
seconds.
is
That's
under
a
attack.
quick spawn. They're gonna have their ultis up to one of the Roche
Dire are
spawns.
scanning.
Talk about supports with GPM. Dark Willow hits level 15 and gets hers.
Radiant are scanning.
Not
Dire's
willing
top
to
shrine
hard commit
is
to
under
the shrine. They
attack.
threw some Nether Blast, but Ana did not want to right click it as knowing EG have God Strength back up. That was very much the time. I mean, they go for that high ground push. Those 20-30 seconds without God Strength then. As a result, G could not defend their tier 3. But this Roche fight is going to be so hotly contested. Fighting Roshan, this is where buybacks really come into play. And Pugna, buyback on cooldown means Thompson has to play this Roche fight incredibly cautiously. Oh, Smail's just going to go rendering in. They get the two-man roots. They're few to follow it up. Uvenja catches the two Jax in the truck. Being picked up by Arteezy, instantly buys back, but also lost No-Tail, who does not have a buyback. And Thompson, we talked about his buyback stats. He's dead for 75. This could be EG securing themselves Roshan. Anna's been slept up. Is there a Fiend Script? It's on cooldown. It's already being used. Anna's got the Blade Fury.
Anna still has ulti.
To be a nightmare to try and save him. Shumel's dead, and they're going to lose Sven as well. Anna with a double kill for his team. Only got the one kill. Godlike streak on Arteezy is ended. And this force does not have far from time, and the Blade Fury is just going to look to chase him down. Jerax with the stuns. His buyback coming into play there.
Should go straight into Roche Pit. They still have a healing ward. EG, they got way too confident there with Pugna, who had no buyback, Grimstroke as well. But with one good Echo Slam and Anna with ulti, also Emberford had no remnants to fall back.
Yeah. They used so much of the control to kill the rest of OG that Anna, he was nightmared up there, but they didn't have any follow-up stuff. Arteezy was either out of mana or just didn't have his Stormhammer up, because Anna, the second that nightmare wore off, just Blade Fury back safely, re-engaged, and destroyed them with the RP.
And with the Scotty, that's one of the best items you can get against the Sven.
Yeah.
Also, he's sitting on 40 plus armor on Juggernaut, so Sven can't really focus him down. Almost 3,000 HP.
3,000 plus gold on Jerax as well. He managed to end Arteezy's godlike streak on 1,300 gold, and he's filthy rich. He did have to buy back. So this is where you have Aegis on OG's side, but you've got to be careful. Earthshaker, Pugna, no buybacks. Anna, though, in the front lines with an Aegis, he is going to be the one that looks to just break the high ground. So even though Anna's got buyback, they still give the Aegis because of the style of play that we're going to be seeing from OG, where they want to have this job. He's the one sieging, he's the one that benefits most from an Aegis.
Aegis of fear.
They wait for that butterfly and then goes sieges around. It's a really big item. He's getting close to it. Only needs 1,500 gold to finish it.
Butterfly coming soon. Also, the Jug's 25, so with all this armor on Jug, this doesn't feel like the Sven is going to match up against him. He has got a Bloodthorn queued up on Arteezy, so a way of dealing with some of that evasion, but careful. Smail spotted by this Observer Ward. Are they going to hunt him? Like that may be the call. And they chain stun him. Jerax.
Oh, he was about to blink in Echo, but the blink got cancelled by side. Bottom lane is being pushed in.
Back and push this one out.
The one thing I noticed from the yesterday is that a lot of safe lane towers are being killed 20-25 plus minutes in. OG's tier 1 tower on top still standing.
Bottom shrine
And they just killed safe lane tower on the bottom.
Yeah, it's not a priority to play around that part of the map. Here you go, Anna.
Dire's bottom
Gets the
shrine
butterfly
has fallen.
level 24.5. He may wait for level 25 before they go for the high ground push. Aegis still with 3 minutes left on it, so good health window for him to keep on farming for a minute or two if they want to, but Shaker's actually staying up top. OG's laying a trap. They show, well, not really showing these heroes, but maybe they're expecting to be scouted up by a ward or something.
Bottom tower is
They're
under
showing the
attack.
Jug, so I think the expectation is that this top lane is a safe lane to push, but eventually
Jerax was there. There was a huge creep wave. If someone overcommitted, he could have gotten a solo kill.
No one on EG was willing to go for that tower. I think recognizing, you know, this Shaker is not showing on the map. If you don't see Shaker, you can't really go for that push. Even now, they're hiding in the trees, and Arteezy only blinks out because he's got several teammates, including the Abaddon, behind him to save his life.
Radiant's top tower is under
Pings
attack.
mid, OG want to go higher.
Structures are
They see
fortified.
Arteezy's in top, and this is where, like, well, if they're going to be top, we've got to force them back. EG honest. Make sure they don't play out on the map. You want to make for some defense. And EG, give up this rat.
Radiant's top tower.
It looks like they're going to try and defend this one. It's full. He's going to lose his entire mount full. Borrowed time for that as well. There's a 50-second window with it on cooldown, and Anna doesn't doesn't actually dodge the stun and finds him afterwards, but he's more than okay with this butterfly Aegis. He's just going to take out this melee Rax uncontested, essentially.
Sven is dealing no damage to him. The misgen from Butterfly, and now he's sitting at 50 armor, 49.
They're just going to swing bottom. They say, let's just do that again, right? If they can't defend mid, what's to say defend bottom? But if you're EG, you do not want to go down a second melee Rax. That's where this game gets very difficult to play.
Abaddon needs to be close, but maybe needs to stand a bit further behind, because just popping his borrowed time every single time the fight starts.
Plus 1
They're
second
going all in.
duration, yeah.
Blackthorn on Sven.
Wants to be able to deal with this Jug. Jug just hit level 25 though, so an extra second of Omni Slash. Usually you often see that extra health, but I think he just feels tanky enough as it is. It's that ability to just Omni Slash the Sven. And going with Bloodstone, but there's Instamance. Ana pops the Blade Fury, he's going to force RTZ back on the backline. But actually, the Ember's move to initiate it, he's forced to defensively Revenant after that. His lower mana though, Sumail's going to be careful. He's walking back up to try and take this fight. Ana with Lotus Orb bounces the stun back to the Sven. It's lasting for 30 more seconds here.
Middle barracks are under
Ana,
attack.
Nightmare is on him, and he wants to take... Well, doesn't look like it. Theb just throws out in power. Sven popping the gold strength here. Is he going to go in?
Use the Bloodthorn.
He's going to look to take out Ana's first life. Is he even got the damage for it? There we go. They pop the Aegis. That Aegis was expiring in 15 seconds anyways. Can they take this? No, Ana immediately Blade Furies on the backlines. They've lost Chris though. That's the big kill. They were looking maybe for a Dark Blow to rise onto Ana. Then he's going to be forced to buy back. Ana with the Lotus Orb still on the front lines here. TZ can't really throw out that stun unless he's willing to commit a BKB. Does Ana go for this melee rack, or do OG play it safe?
Bringing something on Jug. Alright,
He's got the cheeks. Yeah.
He's making...
You've got to burst
this
him now.
Lotus Orb is doing God's work, because Sven can't control
He's
the
out of
stun.
mana. Sven, he's down to 150 mana. He can't actually take this fight, even if you don't kill him. Ortiz forced back to Fountain, so I think G may try and take this rack. The problem is no one can really wake him up. If Magnus wakes him up, he probably dies for it, so... Let Ana take the rack here. He's got Blade if you want to use it now, but Sam hiding in the trees. Gets the RP on the back left. Throw in forward. They're going to throw an Omni-Slash. Ortiz does get the BKB off, but he's going to die back. Ortiz, he's being backed up as well. It's a dieback. He's beyond godlike. Ana absolutely destroys on the backline. Sumail, he's trying to do what he can. He's gone in 1 versus 3. He's lost his blow. That's a threat from Chris as well, and Sumail is in all sorts of trouble. EG running out of life. They're just all dead. They're so bound up. 2 of them linked together. The Skewer going to push them as well. It looks like EG, they're down to their last lives here. They buy back the Ember. S4 gets taken out as well. He's got no buyback. Jarrett's is in backline with the Shadow Blade. Some Sumail one gets the second son as well. That's an instant dieback from him. And I think this is GG. EG have been 2-0'd by their nemesis. OG hit them out once again. It's a bit of deja vu from the last minute TI. OG's understanding of the game can be shown in this series. Sums it up, the way they're playing the map, the warding, everything. You see, they're playing so passively early on because they have a mag. They're just building the items. All they need is one good fight with an RP, with the good Shaker ulti, and this Juggernaut is getting out of control. Sven can't do anything about it. Yeah, I mean, this is the OG that fans love to see him play. This is the OG that dominated the DPC many years ago when they're winning majors. This is the OG that won TI last year. They are back looking to try and win a second TI, and right now they've beaten one of the tougher opponents in their group. I mean, we say that, but EG themselves only picking up 1 win in 3 series so far. EG
1-5. It's looking rough for EG.
Yeah, there's still a lot of games for EG, but they need to start getting some wins and start getting them soon if they want to find themselves in the winner bracket, because that's really what the key thing you're playing for in this group stage.
Well, I don't think they're looking for a winner bracket. I mean, they're looking for the not get eliminated, right? I think that's the mentality. I'm not even kidding. It's really tough. 1-5 in 3 series.
EG have some soul searching to do. They've got to, make some adjustments, figure out what's going to work for them. OG, meanwhile, a 2-0 win, and with that, we're going to go to a break before our next series starts. I believe we've got LGD versus Newbie. All right, sounds like a great one. Stick around, guys. More Dota 2 coming up.